Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Parallel World Pharmacy Episodes 1 and 2. Yes, I said I would pick it up once I finished at least 3 shows. I finished Welcome to Demon School Arumakun, and I've been killing slimes for 300 years. I have not completed the other 2 yet, but I just wanted a change of pace, I guess, and I've already gotten 4 episodes of the dang show done, so, might as well. Anyway, this essentially is an isekai, kind of like, shoot, I know there's other anime out there like this, where the main character has been isekai to another world, and uses their knowledge of the modern world to be able to create amazing things. Dang it, none of the- I'm drawing a blank here. Let me know if there's any that come to mind that I've actually done. Because I've done plenty of isekai, and I know that there are anime like this. I just don't remember any off the top of my head. Anyway, the main character is isekai into a fantasy world. After having overworked himself so much, he was essentially trying to, I guess, find a cure for whatever is ailing his sister or something like that. Or if his sister is dead, he's trying to find a cure to what killed her, essentially. And he's been overworking himself so much that he tried to go to sleep for like 45 minutes, which I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would have a hard time even falling asleep in that time period. And he died in his sleep if he fell asleep. So he's now in a fantasy world in the body. Oh, it's like a sentence of a bookworm. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's a sentence of a bookworm. Because Mine had her knowledge of the modern world through books, how to make other items, essentially, so it's kind of like that. Now that I think about it, I'm stupid. And he's in the body of a little boy, a 10-year-old named pharmacologist, and who had been struck by lightning. And he gets up, realizes he's not in his world anymore, and has to find out from his servant Charlotte what the heck is going on, what is this place, who am I, what is all this stuff, and he finds out that there is magic in this world called divine arts, and he has a divine art over water. And as he's realizing all this, and he decides to test out the whole water thing, he has to imagine, I guess, the molecular composition of water, which is H2O, and create it that way, and he does, and he makes a gigantic amount of water that he sprays over the garden that ends up soaking Charlotte in the process. So, thankfully his knowledge of pharmaceuticals comes in handy in this show, because some of the stuff they make as pharmacists, his family makes, are not even what they're supposed to do. For example, he has to bring a fever medicine to his master, which actually will be explained in a bit. But he finds that it's nothing more than, what it will do essentially is nothing more than a nutrient drink. So he makes acetaminophen, which is a fever reducer, and has her take it, and apparently it is a lot more effective than anything that anybody else has ever made. And he ends up training with Ellen, his master, who is teaching him, about magic and everything. And she has him try to work with his divine arts ability with water to make a spear of water. He doesn't even use the incantation like she does. She just, I guess, pictures it in his mind, and it is huge. To the point where, if he's not careful, he could level some buildings. She tries to measure his, magical capacity, because apparently she thinks that he used it all at once, and you're apparently only given so much of that energy in your whole life, from what she said. If I'm wrong, let me know. And he breaks it. He breaks the thing that measures his magical abilities. And she freaks out over this, and ends up, her glasses end up breaking, so he has to guide her along, and he tries to get her to do this to help her with her vision, because seeing through a pinpoint can help your vision a little bit. And when he does this himself, he ends up seeing that she has a sprained finger. And when he diagnoses what it is, it turns white instead of glowing like it was before. And one thing we noticed, though, in this episode is that he has no shadow. That makes no sense whatsoever, because even though he's isekai, even if his shadow wasn't brought with him, it still should have the shadow of the boy he is now occupying. So what the heck is that? Anyway, she freaks out about this and runs off and essentially refuses to come and help him, and now has a fever, and that's when he gets the medicine and all that, and she comes back and is still offering to teach, because he essentially begged her to teach him because he still has a lot to learn even despite these gifts he's got. And she obviously promises to not tell anybody about it, because if anybody finds out about it, they can maybe think he's a monster or something and have him killed. Anyway, he starts, he finds out his sister's got chickenpox, and he comes up with a medicine to treat it somehow, because normally he can only create, like he was able to create gold, sodium chloride, the basic components, but he couldn't make mixtures. And I guess he has to concentrate more to be able to make stuff like that, like the vaccine for chickenpox, or the medicine for chickenpox, because he's able to make it, and he essentially tells her not to tell anybody about this because he doesn't want it to get out. And he sees that his father is starting to get sick. I was worried because it could be a few things. It could be bronchitis, it could be, worst case, lung cancer, because that's not been treated. That's not a cure for that. It could be pneumonia, it could be tuberculosis, it could be a number of things. And he actually develops treatments for everybody, all the staff that have injuries or conditions or whatever. And yeah, things are just getting more and more interesting. I hope you guys are excited for more. And I will see everybody next time.